Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Chris Massimo back again with another Apex Legends gameplay. Hope you guys are doing well today, and I actually want to go ahead and let you guys know that this is actually a pretty exciting gameplay, I should say. Reason for that being is because I know I haven't really spoken about it, but it was just because I didn't want to go ahead and jinx ourselves or do anything. But me and my buddies here, 420, and of course I'm better. These are a couple of my friends over here, and we were actually participating in an Apex Legends qualifier this weekend. So these are just a few highlights and of course gameplays that I wanted to go ahead and show you guys. I will have to go ahead and say that it was very fun, but it was also very like stressful and annoying as well too. So for the most part, like I had mentioned, we had a pretty good time over here. I don't know if any of you guys have ever, participated, or if you guys have ever played, or even just seen like any type of like qualifiers in Apex Legends. It's no joke. We actually ended up going for about 8 hours, and we had to play at least 45 games. And at first, when you're playing by yourself, it seems like games may go by pretty fast because sometimes you just die pretty quickly, and just a lot of different factors go into it. But when it came to this, I just felt like it kept dragging and dragging, and it actually did, just because it actually ended up going throughout those 9 hours. So at the end of all this, we were actually just pretty tired. I think we got done at 6 a.m. my time. 420 got done around 7 a.m. his time, and then I'm Better, or also known as King, he ended up getting done around 8 a.m. So it was pretty tiring, if I might say so myself. That's a lot of Apex Legends in just one day. And it was a point system, so of course there was a certain amount of points that you would go ahead and accumulate when it came to like kills, placement within the match, and of course just damage points as well. So there was a lot of factors that we had to go ahead and consider and put into play. So what we did is that we decided that we should probably run some ranked game modes, but since we've been grinding so much lately, and of course I have mentioned that I have been posting it up a lot more on YouTube about of course the grind of how's it going. It was a little bit more difficult because that placement, we really couldn't go ahead and get it as best as we possibly can. And since that there are a lot of good teams out there, it was a little bit more difficult to try and get a little bit of kills. So we decided to go ahead and red pubs, and as sweaty as pubs could be, as you can see, we were kind of rolling right through them. The placement wise, it was able to go ahead and be pretty useful, just because we can go ahead and get a decent amount of points when it came to coming in fourth or second, or even just first in general. So that always helped us out when it came to obviously progressing throughout the tournament. And when it came to the tournament, there was actually 120 squads, so it was a little bit difficult. I know that there are people that were able to go ahead and move forward with the top 6 squads within each region, and I believe there was 6 regions in total. So in my particular region, we are actually playing in Central, and I'm really hoping to see and hear about the results sometime very soon. Once we do get the results, obviously I'm going to go ahead and post about it, and you guys are going to be able to hear all about it as well too. So in this particular tournament, I was kind of just running Bloodhound and Caustic for the majority of the time. Reason for that being is just because Caustic's just really good. Obviously he's a very defensive and aggressive character. He's able to go ahead and help out all of his teammates and just bring so much to the team. But unfortunately over here we were making like a final defense, I should say, and I ended up just getting clipped right around that corner, and it was super unfortunate because I felt like everyone just kept coming straight back to us, and we just didn't have like a great time, or enough time to go ahead and heal up. So but it is what it is. Like I said, there's just a few highlights that I wanted to go ahead and address with you, and then we can go ahead and move forward to the couple of wins that we ended up getting throughout this game. So the next 2 gameplays you're going to see are actually a little like weird because typically it'll take me about, I'm going to say, like a few games to get warmed up on Apex. It can take me anywhere from like 5 to like almost like 10 or 15. And then I'm like on my A game. But just throughout the entire night, we were having a really difficult time. We placed, second place a good amount of times, a lot of gunfights that we should have won. I honestly think it was just maybe, it could have been the pressure. It could have just maybe been because we're a little bit tired. We're not used to obviously playing this late. We all have lives outside of YouTube and gaming, so, we're all working here. But for the most part, it was just very difficult. And we ended up taking a break, like a 15-minute break, I think around, I'm going to say, like 2 a.m. and as soon as around like 2 or 3 a.m., as soon as we got back from our break, we went on like a tear. Like around our 26th game, we ended up getting like our first win of the night, and we're like, all right, cool, this is great, because we just kept getting second place over and over again, and it just got very frustrating. But then as soon as we got back from a break, I think it was like our 31st game, we ended up actually getting like a lot of wins. I think like another 2 or 3 wins after our break, and then we just kept placing like top 2, top 3, top 4 multiple times, and that really just boosted up our score when it came to the points, because we hit like a really bad deficit or a really bad cold streak towards the beginning of our tournament. And obviously, there's a lot of factors to consider. They give us a lot of games to play just because we need to warm up, and communication, and there's a lot of RNG that comes into it. Depending on where you and your squad end up dropping, if there's other people around, what weapons you pick up, and just with loot. So I completely understand, and obviously we do appreciate the fact that we got so many games. But at the end of the day, too, it's just we kind of felt like they should have maybe split it up within 2 days, or just do something to make it where it's not as extensive or long, because by the time that we hit like our 39th game, we were just like, can we just be done yet? And we were honestly just doing hot drops, just trying to get as many kills as possible, and just hoping for the game to go ahead and breeze by so that we can purposely get third partied. And obviously that's not the strategy that we should have been running, but at the end of the day, like I said, it was almost at like 5:45 in the morning, and none of us have slept, taken a nap, or anything. So we were all at that point where we just wanted the games to end. So we just tried to make them breeze by as soon as we possibly could, and obviously just try and get the best placement, and get as many points as we possibly can. So at the end of the day, it all worked out. Like I said, we're still waiting for our results, and hopefully we should get them anytime soon. And of course, I do want to go ahead and talk about a different topic. This particular topic has to do with obviously my YouTube schedule and uploading. I recently had a change when it came to my schedule, with work-wise, and I don't want to get too in-depth about it. But what I do want to say is that YouTube might be a little bit more difficult for me, when it comes to my posting schedule. So if you see that, particularly that, obviously I do upload Apex Legends videos on Mondays and Fridays, and Call of Duty videos on Wednesdays. If maybe I've missed a day, I do apologize in advance. I know that there's a lot of people that look forward to the videos. It's just sometimes I have to try and adjust and make sure that I can manage my time a little bit more better. However, there is a plus side to this. Since there is, a little bit more difficulty when it comes to like my recording and audio, commentary, and everything else as well, I am going to start streaming. And I'm going to start streaming on Twitch. I recently was able to go ahead and get a little bit more acclimated to it on this weekend during our tournament, because they actually wanted to verify that we were streaming and make sure that we weren't cheating or anything at all. So it was actually pretty convenient. I liked it. I actually ended up posting it out for all of you guys to see. I don't know who was able to go ahead and log into the stream at the time, but I think our maximum viewers at the time, and at one point, was about like 4 or 5, and I wasn't really expecting that, so I was pretty stoked. I'm pretty happy about it as well. So hopefully that maybe on the weekends, or maybe just like on nights, I can go ahead and start streaming. I'll maybe just make a quick announcement here on YouTube and also on my social media. So please feel free to either just follow me here or follow me on my Instagram, and I'll go ahead and keep you guys posted when I'm streaming my next time. So if you guys aren't familiar with where to find me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and provide the links in the description for you guys, so that you can find me on Instagram, find me on Twitch, and of course find me on TikTok as well. There's a lot of good highlights and funny videos and just scenarios that I like to post on TikTok as well too, that I don't really get to show you guys on YouTube. So you get to see the best of both worlds, I would say. But for the most part, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you guys have saw, or whoever follows me on TikTok or not, but I ended up posting a video recently, and it was just basically just highlighting what it really feels like to go ahead and have your first heirloom and finally get one. And I wasn't expecting it to pop off. Like, we ended up getting about 62,000 views, and it's still going up pretty high, and I'm pretty happy about it. Of course, what way is that going to really benefit me and the channel? I'm not too sure yet. I'm just hoping that eventually I can grow my following when it comes to that, and then we can go ahead and start shouting out the YouTube, getting a little bit more followers, subscribers, and a little bit more interaction and whatnot. So As you can see right over here, this is the last squad. We weren't too sure whether or not we wanted to just back off, but we noticed that, hey, circle's closing. Let's go ahead and just gatekeep them, and let's just go ahead and get this dub. So that's exactly what you're going to see right over here. And this is just like another form of proof why I always mention that Caustic's just super good. He can be very annoying, and I'm not going to lie, because he is, but it's just the fact that he's a really good player. He is a part of the meta, so I mean, you can't help to not use him. And at this moment in time, this team really just couldn't push us because they know that I was a Caustic. There's traps everywhere, and it would really just be very unbeneficial to them to go ahead and start pushing us. So we had to do what was best, and obviously just go ahead and secure the dub. So what I want to say before this video ends is, if you guys have made it this far, I just want to say that I appreciate everything that you guys continue to do. Like I had mentioned, all the support is super tremendous, and it helps out a lot. So if you've enjoyed today's video, I would appreciate it if you'd go ahead and like and maybe consider subscribing if you're new. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it from me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.